Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today you join me at the 2017 IAA, the Frankfurt Motor Show, where we're on the Bentley stand to take a look at the new Continental GT. So this is the third generation of the car. Let's have a quick walk around it now to talk a little bit about some of the headline features and details, and in particular, up front, the 6-litre turbocharged W12 engine with 635 horsepower and 900 Newton meters. Looks-wise, still very distinctly Bentley Continental GT, but with a number of features that we're going to go over and have a full look around it in a moment. So all-wheel drive, now with a dual-clutch gearbox, 0 to 62 in 3.7 seconds, and a top speed of 207 miles per hour. But as we look around, you can see some design features and styling cues that come from the concepts before now. So the EXP10 Speed 6 Coupe concept with the lighting both at the rear and at the front. But in general, it's very, very distinctly Bentley. It's very luxurious, and this is a particularly gorgeous colour for the launch car that we have here. Inside, a whole host of updates that we'll get to very shortly. But firstly, I think to take a proper look around it and talk about this in a little bit more detail, I'll find somebody who knows a little bit more to show us the new Continental GT. I'm joined then by David Parker, Head of Product Marketing for the Continental GT. How are you today?
Well, very well, thank you. Obviously, great reception here at Frankfurt for our all-new car.
Absolutely, it must be very exciting bringing a completely new car here to the show to release it into the world.
It is. I mean, it's about 4 years worth of work for many of us here today, and it's great to see the reception for a thing that we've obviously loved and enjoyed for years, for the world to see it. And it's really good fun.
And it's no longer a secret.
It's no longer a secret, and happy to share whatever it is that your viewers want to see. It's a fantastic product, lots of new stuff to talk about. I am pretty enthusiastic, I have to say.
Perfect. Well, let's head straight in,
okay.
And if we can have a look around the car and talk about it.
Okay, I mean, obviously it's clearly a Bentley. 4 large headlamps, a large matrix grille, but it's completely reinterpreted. So we've got a much lower bonnet line. The 4 headlamps have got this really great cut crystal effect. They sparkle like fine cut glasses, but also we've got the latest technology. Full LED matrix headlamp units, so we're basically driving on full beam all the time, but with really cool details. Maybe difficult to come out on camera, but just inside there's actually a B etched into the centre of the projector lamp.
Oh, yeah, I can see that with my eyes. Let's see. Yeah, we can get that.
Always trying to give our customers, our owners, little treats throughout the ownership experience. The new grille, about 110 millimetres wider, 54 millimetres lower, so a very planted look, cars low and wide.
Sporty and aggressive.
As we just move around, you start to see obviously our signature Continental lines though. We've got this power line that starts between the headlamps and runs right down the side of the car, but it's super sharp now. So the whole exterior is clad in aluminium, with the exception of the boot. That's made out of composite so that we can hide the antennas underneath, so we don't destroy the lines. And we've really worked hard to get this definition.
It's something that was introduced with Bentayga, I think, to sharpen the lines.
Yes, we've used superforming before, but never on the full side panel. So the entire side of this car is actually superformed aluminium.
Okay.
Aluminium's heated up to 500 degrees centigrade, then we vacuum it onto the die, and that's what gives us the ability to get these really tight shapes in aluminium. You can see this particular car's fitted with our Mulliner driving specification. Comes with a 22-inch wheel style. The car rides on 21-inch wheels as standard, quite a large wheel, even for a car of this class. These are 5 open spoke wheels, lightweight forged alloy wheel, available in 3 finishes. This is the full polished. We have a painted finish, and then we also have a black and hand polished wheel. Because of if you just look here, the detail, the way the spoke comes in underneath the rim, you can't actually machine these. So to get the black and polished finish that we have, they're all done by hand. Again, attention to detail for our customers. The lower part of the fender, you can just see the wing vent here, indicating the 12. Referencing the 12-cylinder engine that's under the bonnet. That's the all-new 6-litre TSI. Latest technology from us, delivering 635 horsepower, 900 newton meters of torque.
It's quite a lot of power, a lot of go.
There's a lot of power. It's now mated to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which is a first for Bentley. So we get much faster shift times. Mated now also to active all-wheel drive. So the two predecessor generations had permanent all-wheel drive. This car now has active all-wheel drive. What that means is it drives like a rear-wheel drive car in most conditions, and only when the car detects it needs it does it transfer power to the front.
Okay.
Coupled with the Bentley Dynamic Rider standard, first previewed in the Bentayga, the 48-volt active roll control system, all those elements together mean the car handles like no other Continental. Far more agile, it's a really lovely car to drive.
I can imagine. Well, look forward to driving it at some point.
So if we just move around the car, again you see that line running through the entire length of the car, and now our famous haunch over the rear wheel. Again, we've got this really cool negative. Hopefully it's coming out on camera. You start to see these shadows now.
Well, especially with the colour choice you've chosen for your launch here.
Yes, so thank you. Rubino red, one of our existing colours, but I think it looks great on this car. Shows off the lines to great effect, but it also looks rich and luxurious, particularly with the full polished wheels. So if we move around to the rear of the car, probably the most significant difference at a glance is the rear of the car.
Yes.
So completely new interpretation, but still with Continental DNA. Predecessor vehicles had two elliptical lamp units contained within actually a rectangular lamp. Now we've distilled those to single elliptical units. You may have seen something similar on the XP10 concept car or the XP12 Speed 16. Taking that theme, but you can just see here the cut crystal effect of the rear lamps. When these are lit up, they're like afterburners really, or illuminated rubies. They're really beautiful. It's obviously a view that most people are going to see, the one from the rear. Those not fortunate enough to own it. And they're replicated also into the lower tailpipe. So we've got those two ellipses. Inside the boot, which this gentleman's kindly opened, we've got the same capacity as the previous generation, 358 litre boot, but it's been completely redesigned, so much wider space. You can get two sets of golf clubs in here, full size, plus a full set of luggage. 4 passengers, luggage, anywhere on the planet in style and luxury.
And I noticed, of course, extended.
Yes, so we've repositioned the active spoiler right at the back end of the car now. So this car delivers 16% improvement in efficiency over the previous generation. Part of that is the aerodynamic performance of the car. So the car has a drag coefficient of 0.29. That's partly delivered by this spoiler. So in its most economical mode, it actually lifts to about here. Okay. At about 80 miles per hour, 120 Ks. At higher speeds, it actually comes up to the performance mode to actually give us more downforce. Yep. But it's actually used, as I say, in its first position for the most aerodynamically efficient mode. So if we move around the car,
well, just quickly back here. I was going to say the introduction of having the Bentley lettering on the rear.
So the Bentley lettering actually was common to most of our vehicles until about 2003. So it's relatively recently that we took it off the cars, and we've had for several years numerous requests from customers, perhaps people who've got vehicles from our past that said, well, why don't I have a badge on my car? And also we're now in 60 countries across the world. In many parts of the world, the new Continental might be the first Bentley they ever see. So it's an opportunity for customers to let the world know what car that they've purchased. Obviously a customer knows for themselves, but it is if the customer wants to, they can remove that if they wish.
It's a little bit more brand identity.
A little bit more brand identity for us.
Let us just jump inside then and take a little look at the interior in here. And I'll take a seat so we can have a proper little look around this. So, inside, I can tell this has been heavily redesigned from what we know before.
Yes, so just like the exterior, completely new. We asked our designers to re-inspire, reimagine the interior. So you can see now, from door to door, we've actually got the wings. Our trademark wing design is in the shape of the interior. But we've got this very clean, smooth, floating top roll across the top, but it gives the appearance of width. So whilst the car overall, mirror to mirror, is actually no wider than the predecessor, you've got a feeling of space on the inside. Right in front of us we can see our new Bentley rotating display in its third screen. If I just press the switch, I'll just put that back into its initial configuration. So when you enter the car, ignition off, this is what you'll see. So you get to see the beauty of the veneer choice, the materials. It's what we call architecture dominance, technology subservience. But at the touch of a button, the car comes to life, and what you see here is a traditional set of 3 analog gauges. At the press of a button though, what comes to life is a 12.3 inch retina quality display. So everything you need is sharp, super quick. Just to show you, for example, home screen, 3 tiles, all fully configurable by the owner at the touch of a button. It's literally drag and drop. You decide you want car there, maybe I want the navigation there, perhaps my media there. Press save, done. So customer can choose that as they wish. Similarly, in front of the steering wheel there, for the first time in a Bentley, we've got a fully digital instrument cluster.
But still with a very traditional appearance.
Yes, so it was actually designed by the designers as if the gauges were going to be analog in 3 dimensions, and then we took that 3-dimensional design and put it into the instrument display. But that, again, controllable by the steering wheel. You can configure as you wish, miles, kilometers, tacho on the left or the right. If you press the view button, you will see we'll bring in the second gauge. So again, super convenient for people. This particular car, we're showing a new material choice for us, the Côte de Genève finish. So anyone that's familiar with mechanical timepieces, on the back of those timepieces there's been this finish where the milling of metal. We've done the same. So this is a solid piece of aluminium, 0.6 millimeters thick. Each one of these stripes is actually milled 5 millimeters wide, and then it's a 0.1 millimeter drop. So as you run your finger down, I think you can feel that texture that runs all the way through, lines up with our covered cup holder, 2 large cup holder storages, because whilst this car's fantastic performance, it's also got to be usable by our customers. And I think just by your leg you might be able to catch this on your right leg, sorry. Oh yes, this integrated stowage. Okay. So you can get a full-size smartphone in there or a wallet. So it's rather than having that big lump in your trousers.
That's very nice.
You know, it's just there. In addition, you've got stowage, inductive charger, signal boost for your phone, 2 USB charge points in the front, in the rear. You got 2 cup holders, 2 USB chargers, and a 12 volt or cigar lighter. So again, trying to make the car as practical as we can and as usable, but fundamentally it's about enjoyment. So sitting in the cabin, hopefully you can feel, you know, this sensory delight. We've got great materials. We've got a diamond knurling option to the bullseye vents here. So as standard these would be plain, but hopefully you can see on the indicator stalks, on the rotary controls, we've got this new knurl, unique to us, again inspired by diamonds. So it's tactile, but it's also visually appealing.
The fit and finish is wonderful. It's how do you get even better? Well, like this is how you do it.
Yeah, I mean it is really tough. I mean this particular screen, if I just rotate that again, you can imagine there's 40 components in here, 2 different motors. We work to a tolerance of 0.3 millimeters in each plane, and as you see on the movement, it doesn't just spin, it actually goes back.
It goes back and then it spins and comes back
and comes forward.
But that gives it the completely perfect fit.
Yeah. So it looks great. I mean the seats we're sat on are difficult to see, but if you look into the door pad here, the Mulliner driving specification, we've always had quilting in the Mulliner driving specification, but this takes it to a new level. This is what we call diamond in diamond. So just in here you can see an embroidered feature. Each of these diamonds in the car has 712 stitches. That's 2.8 kilometers of thread, just under 2 miles of thread.
Wow.
In a Mulliner driving spec car. Again, it looks beautiful, it feels really luxurious, and it's something different. And what we wanted to do was effectively reset the bar of what a luxury Grand Tourer is.
And just to talk briefly about the driving side of things, I noticed the configurable driving mode, sport, the Bentley mode, comfort and custom settings as well, so you can configure the drive.
Exactly. I mean, the chassis, as well as the Bentley Dynamic Ride, we have 3-chamber air springs, which is new to Bentley. That gives us about 60% more air volume than the predecessor, which means from a comfort perspective, we can tune this car to be super comfortable and refined, as everyone expects a Bentley to be. But when we move to the sports setting, coupled with the Bentley Dynamic Ride, we've got much more tunability. So the chassis engineers have been able to really spread the difference between comfort and sport. You can also go into the Esc mode, you can go into a dynamic mode. So you press on, you can really explore the potential of the new chassis.
And naturally, it's also equipped with every piece of electronic wizardry that you could imagine.
Yeah, this particular car's got heads-up display, active cruise control, we've got night vision option, obviously 360-degree camera, all of those driver assistance systems that people have been requesting from us. We feel that we're now delivering driver aids that really enhance the driving experience rather than overpower it.
Well, wonderful. Thank you very, very much for showing us around. Really appreciate it. There we have it then, a first look at the new Continental GT. Now the old car was 2,320 kilos, this is 70 kilos lighter as well at 2,250. It looks great, it has moved the game on in terms of the interior, the quality, the luxury, the refinement and the finish, and it looks really quite good as well. I'm sure I'll get an opportunity to have a drive in one in due course, so stay tuned, be subscribed for that when the time comes. But that is it for now. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed the new car, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!